Okay, great. So here we are. It is June 23rd, and welcome to Team Call Tuesday. Yay! Samantha, you can totally unmute yourself. I mean, it's just the three of us, so. Anyway.
I know. Habit.
I know. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. I really appreciate you guys being here, taking the time out of your busy day. It's beautiful out. It's an amazing day. So I know you could be doing something way cooler than listening to me talk. So I'm going to keep this nice and quick and short. We'll have hopefully some good discussion because I think you're really going to like this topic that I have for you tonight. First, just a couple side notes. Of course, here we are, the 23rd. Of course, 21 Day Fix is still good for this month. There's also the Kickstart option. I don't know about you guys, but this is probably my favorite program to really help people with. For example, since I'm here at home, I am having my mom work out with me. And tonight we even made, from Fix Extreme, we made the hearty beef and butternut squash stew. And Jorge liked it, Samantha. Or he said he did, unless he was lying
That's
to me.
impressive.
So he might have just been being nice
Fabulous.
because I really worked hard to make that. But anyway, that's been really good. It just is so basic, so simple stuff that is easy to teach to anybody that is willing and is teachable. So from beginning to advanced, we've got it covered here, from the very, very basics with the modifier in the workouts of the original, all the way to the extreme of really wanting to, add muscle tone and really, really dial that nutrition in. So we obviously have a wide range, and that's awesome. It's great because we can offer it to anybody now. So that's really, I'm glad that it's on special. I'm really trying to reach out to more people than normal this month, just because I find this challenge pack to be the easiest to work with as far as like putting groups together. So that being said, I also thought I'd let you know that I just started prep week for a group that I'm starting, that's 21 Day Fix. So Samantha and Melissa are both in it. Debbie, are you guys running a group for 21 Day Fix?
No, I've kept it pretty basic, like a mixed group. I
Mm-hmm.
seem to have more success that way, I guess. I don't know if it's because I fail at inviting or what, but I just do that they have to do order Shakeology and or a program. So I don't pinpoint it to one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep it to one or the other. So they're at least purchasing something from me.
Great. That's good. And there's no right or wrong, you guys. The reason I went with Fix for, like, right now, I call it June Fix. I reached out to I actually went in the back office and I ran a report. Crazy. I used our tools and I ran a report of people that had purchased 21 Day Fix from me. And that I reached out to them. And this was people from all the way back when it first came out. And I may have not talked to them for 6 months. Like, these really are people that it just depended. Some of them, maybe they just purchased last month. Some of them didn't purchase from 2 years ago. One of them, though, I'm so glad that I did this, because when I reached out to her, she said, "You must have ESP because I just broke my book back out and decided that it was time to get started." And she purchased it when it first came out and has never done it. Okay. So it just is, like, sometimes just randomly asking those people how they're doing. Like, this was somebody that I would check in from time to time and get nothing back. And I still, like, at one point she told me it wasn't me, that it was her. She just, she wasn't ready. And I was like, okay, I'll just keep checking back with you until you are. And so she was like, I'm ready. And she truly is ready. We had a phone conversation, and she cannot wait to change. She has the mindset now. She knows what goal she's going for. She's been looking up inspirational things on her own. So I just thought I'd share that with you because, you know, I didn't get another sale out of that at all. It really is just the fact that like these people, it comes back to, when is the time right for them? You know, when is it going to be okay for them? And it's the same thing when you're inviting and they're telling you no. Maybe they will purchase a challenge pack and not even open it, but it's up to us to still extend that hand and ask them if there's anything that we can help them with. And maybe it just comes about that it's timing and it's the right time for them. So anyway, enough about that. So I'm doing a 21-day fixed group, started pre-week this week, and I'm also going to incorporate that photo of the day challenge into it, just because that's actually been going really well for me, adding that into my groups, just because I'm probably going to make up my own photo of the days to go along with the 21-day stuff, just because even if people are not posting what they're eating or if they did their workout, they're still posting these crazy random pictures of their goal jeans, or maybe their sweaty picture, or their before and after picture of when they worked out and when they got done working out. I mean, it's been really fun. And so that's been the kind of interaction, and I almost prefer that kind of interaction, just because it keeps the group alive and it's something visual to look at. I think that when we type a lot of stuff in there, or when I do anyway, it's really easy to scroll by. But when there's a picture there, people stop and look and usually comment. So that's been a really fun adder to this last group of ours. So I'm going to try and incorporate that into the 21-day fix group that I just started. I haven't done it yet because I've been a little busy being on vacation at my parents'. So anyway, next, I'm also going to throw out there that I'm bringing back the 10-day challenge. I am bringing it back because that is something that has always worked for me. And I kind of laid off of it because with this Beachbody On Demand, we wanted to try it. We wanted to try just putting that out there as a free thing for people to use along with our help, and hopefully convert them over into a challenge pack or a Shakeology sale. But really, we didn't see very good conversion rate for that, and it tended to drag on for too long and people weren't using it. So I'm going back to what worked for me. I know Renee is not a huge fan of 10 days. She usually likes to make it 7 or shorter, but I definitely still feel the value in 10 days, because it's not just about the Shakeology. It's not just about the meal plan. It's about what we lay out for a foundation for them in those 10 days. And in those 10 days, we go from their why to goal setting to reverse engineering it. You know, like the mental aspect of giving yourself a jump start is huge, I feel anyway. And maybe it's just because I have a personal connection to that, because that's really what got me started in all of this. That was my starting point, because I took it so seriously, and I wrote my why out and I wrote my goals out. And I find that when people do that in these groups, they have more success. And not only do they have more success personally for themselves, but they continue on with you, and then you have more success, you know? So it's kind of a twofold thing. Obviously the biggest thing is that it's impacting their life more, the more that in just those 10 short days, if we can touch their life and get them to see the value in their health, then they're going to keep going with us. So anybody else been thinking about doing a 10-day or changing up some challenge groups?
I would like to do something shorter just to kind of spark more interest, since now I'm done with dance and I'm trying to find a rhythm and I just don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that would be beneficial and that would spark more interest I just have a lot of people that don't even want to consider Shakeology. They don't even want to hear about it. So they want the workouts, but maybe
Well,
that would do it.
You could still do a 10-day with, because I'm offering the BOD as part of it, because, we've always said, workouts, like it's important. So try to get 5 out of the, or 7 out of the 10 days, we say that, like, but what are we giving them? So now we actually have them sign up with a BOD account versus a free account, and they have that incorporated into their 10 days, and they can go beyond. So it could be something where you say, I'm holding a 10-day challenge, and have the Shakeology optional. I personally am not making it optional. I would prefer for them to drink it, just because I know that it's a good jumpstart for them. And maybe you do say, just give it 5 days. Maybe break it down to 5 days of Shakeology and do a whole 10-day challenge. That's tough. That is tough, especially when they don't even want to hear about it. But keep trying, because if they can get that in their system, we all know what happens. So anyway, I'm starting that pre-week. It's not even a week. It starts on a Wednesday, the 1st of July. And then everybody has 4th of July weekend to get through. And then we get going on the 6th. So I've been sending out some personal invites. I've had some people actually come to me and say that they would like help, and they're on a budget, so they don't want a lot of upfront costs. So obviously they know that I do the Shakeology, they know that I do the programs, and they don't want to pay a lot. So I've been giving them this option. And I mean, $55 for 10 days, I personally do not feel that is a bad investment, because a lot of times we're spending more than that in a week on stuff, food, drinks, anything. So anyway, just some things that I'm doing. By no means do you guys have to do it, but if you know people that want to, or if you want to join in with me, fantastic. If you guys ever want to bounce ideas off of each other, put them into, you could put them into Stardust, you can put them into Team Succeed. All of you guys are in the Focus on Success group. That seems to be a hot group for us to bounce some really good ideas and invites and stuff like that off of each other. So don't hesitate to get in there. Okay. So those are pretty much like my announcements for this whole thing. So I've got like 15 more minutes of your time. If you got a jet, that's cool. But I'm really excited to share this next bit with you. So I just need to find it. Hold on one moment. Let me just pull it up. If I can figure out how to do this. Okay, now I think I'm going to share my screen. Is it working? It might take a second. Okay, can you guys see it? Can I get a yes or a no?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm so worried about this internet connection. So if it's weird, just let me know. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about is tag. Okay, so I said tag, and I'm not talking about Facebook. I mean, you can use Facebook, but honestly, this is about, we've been talking a lot about adding value to others, and being able to be that person to help people believe in themselves. Yes, there's that part where we have to work on ourselves first, but as coaches, when we're going forward, we really are trying to be belief makers. And this is something that we've talked a lot about in our John C. Maxwell calls. So that's why I'm bringing this to this group, because it really has struck a chord with all of us. We talked about belief this last call of Maxwell, and so it brought something to my attention that I learned about last month, that I just liked the way it sounded. It's something that I actually really enjoy. It makes me feel good to do this, and that is to tag somebody. And you'll see by hopefully you can all see this, but it says that a girl. Okay, so TAG, that a girl. All right. Or it could be tab, that a boy, whatever. But for this group, it's tag. You know, our team is mostly women anyway. So this goes from anything, this can be within your team, and this can be within your challenge groups. It can affect so many people. And the reason that I like this is because it just goes right along with being able to help people, because we know that people want to be successful, and they may have success. They may have this vision of success way out in front of them that is, they feel may not even be attainable. So if we can bring little successful pieces to their life and point that out to them, it continues to keep them going. So bringing success to people by tagging them is kind of what I'm going to talk about. Okay. It also is helping people find like a positive side to their potential. They may be doing something good, like they may and even be struggling at it, but they're still doing something really good and have a hard time seeing that themselves. So as coaches, as friends, as family members, being able to tell people that they are on the right track, or that they are doing something good for themselves or others, you know, just pointing that out so they can see it for themselves. That's kind of where I'm going with this. Okay. And then also, as a coach, is voicing your belief in those people, whether it's a challenger or a coach within your team. You know, it's helping them build their own belief within themselves that they're getting it, it's clicking for them, and that it's going to keep working. So when they get that little boost of confidence and belief, it only pushes people forward. And I don't care who you are, it does. You have to be a pretty negative person for it not to. So first, I got to give props to, and this is funny because her name is Samantha Boss, BOS. So every time like I have a contact with her, I'm always like, okay, wait, I got to make sure I got the right Sam. Okay. So I was in a training with a team Triceps, and they did this recruiting dash. And so we went through this, and this Samantha Boss she's a coach. She is actually a high school coach. So she's always like, she uses this with her students. She's always like, tag to her basketball team. It's like to her girls. She will call it out, and it is literally saying that a girl to her people, you know? So she has brought that into not only her coaching, but into her life of, you know, all other things within her family and stuff. And this is just kind of why she does it. It's a compliment. You can use it for motivation, encouragement, to inspire people. I mean, you can kind of just really see those things. And that's what this is for. So it's an atta girl. So I'm just going to move through these slides. I did not create these. She did, but she gave them to us to be able to use. And again, it was just something that I enjoy doing, and I was already doing already. I love giving people props. I love sending like thank you notes and stuff like that. But she put all this together and like put a name to what we do. Okay, so hopefully you can use this concept too. So you can use it with coaches, discount coaches, customers, mentors, family, friends, strangers. That is something that is actually really fun. An example of that is when I was doing this color run a couple weeks ago, I encouraged our team to, and I didn't use tag at the time, but to pay forward 10 compliments while we were running this race. And it turned into a free-for-all. We were high-fiving random strangers. We were commenting on their shirts. If they had team shirts, we were high-fiving all those people and telling them, we love your shirts. And it brought amazing smiles to people's faces. So that was really fun. So just things like that for anybody. I mean, you don't even have to know them. Okay, where to tag. So this is where like we can talk about like on their personal page, on their business page, on your personal page, on your business page. So those may be things like for your coaches, you know, if you add a new coach that is, you know, okay with you posting about becoming a business coach. Usually if they're becoming a business coach, it's great to post it either on your page and like actually tag them, Facebook tag them, because you're telling them, hey, that's great. You're becoming a coach. And not only is it giving them a shout out, but it's probably also going to give them a little recognition so they can jumpstart their business, because people are going to be like, oh, what are you doing? you know, sharing posts. Now, when I say share, there's one thing, you know, we've talked about this before. You don't want to hit the share button all that often, but say, you know, just because if you're sharing, if you're sharing a downline person and you want to give them some props on that, that's fantastic. But just remember, you don't want to draw the attention away from their original post and bring it to you. Or if you're trying to use their post to reach people for, say, 21-day fix for your benefit, it may drive them to their page. So, you know, you kind of got to be a little careful on that. But maybe it's just somebody made a really healthy recipe that you like, and so you want to share that. That's giving them a, hey, thanks for posting this. I think it's something my family will enjoy. And you're sharing it maybe even on your business page for people to check out. That could create a conversation for you. Maybe they'll want to join a group of yours, you know. Team calls, that's something I probably should get better at. You know, I'd love to give more shout outs for what you guys are doing. Handwritten notes, thank you notes, I think mean so much. And that's personally just me, because you actually take the time to sit down and write it out. Don't get me wrong. I love receiving personal thank yous via private message as well. But do you agree, if you get a piece of mail that's not a bill, you're kind of like, hey, this is cool, right? So just something to think about. Pictures of incentives you sent, you know, like within challenge groups, we talk a little bit more about giving out prizes in challenge groups. Sometimes that's really cool. Like your winner of the week, if you take a picture that you're sending this to them, their friends are going to be like, hey, that's cool. How'd you do that? And possibly even ask them, you know, what they're doing if they're in a group. So again, like it's benefiting them because one, they won the challenge. Maybe they posted all of their pictures within 1 week. And so they won the challenge, and their friends are going to ask about it too. Conversations, one-on-one calls, within your coach calls, maybe within your success partner calls, you know, like you say you saw your success partner had a really good post, tell them that, you know, it's great to have somebody reassure you of something that you did well. Other ones, spouses, family, friends. These should not be overlooked. Okay. And oftentimes I catch myself and I feel like I need to do a little bit better on that, especially with my spouse. So he's been working out more lately, and rather than, you know, trying to write him about it or ask him what he did, did you do your workout? Like I find him almost, now that I'm like, hey, great job. You know, I don't care if he's doing the same workout 3 times a week, doing upper fix 3 times a week. That's okay. I'm just glad that you did it. Like, way to go. Like, you should feel good about that. Okay. So those are some examples. We only got a couple more slides here, you guys. It's going to be in and out. What to tag. So for coaches, great posts. That's something you can either put that in, like your focus on success. I think it's great when I see somebody has a great post and just let them know that, especially your newer coaches. If they have a great graphic, music on their video, all these things, you know, that rank advancement, I think we're all pretty good about that. If somebody has some good success with that, I think we all are really good about making sure to share that, just because we know how it feels and we like to be recognized. So why wouldn't we want to recognize our downline? Good questions. Actually, good questions can work both ways, because not only if you recognize them for a good question, it will encourage them to ask more questions, or maybe encourage other coaches on your team to ask more questions, and that interaction between your team can lead to some really amazing conversations, and that is always wonderful. I think that's one reason why that Focus on Success group is on fire right now, because there's just a lot of good information going in and questions being asked. So notice of confidence, that is going to be on a one-on-one basis. Like, I mean, not that I obviously, like, these are things you may not necessarily need to post on their wall. Like, hey, I noticed you were really confident in your video today. Like, I mean, you wouldn't really post that on their page or on their wall, but like sending them a note or sending them a text saying, you know what, your video this week was spot on. You know, that videos are hard, anything like that, that you feel you can encourage your team and let them know in a positive light that they're improving, or you can even give them a tag and help them improve, you know, like, you did a great job not looking at your notes, but maybe just slow it down a little bit, you know, or some, you know, just wrap it in positivity, and it's still going to help them move forward. So let's get on to this last slide. Some examples. These are just some examples that she had, which I thought made a lot of sense. So like maybe in your coaching group, if, you know, one of your downline coaches shared a really great wording of a 21-day fix thing or a Shakeology thing, and you just thought it was worth everybody reading. You know, the good thing about that is if you notice it, sometimes other people don't, because like for the longest time, it was really weird. Like I wasn't seeing people's pages. Like I didn't even see Sam's page, and I, you know, like I didn't notice, you know, because we're so busy looking at other things that she's been rocking her freaking page and I didn't even know it. I was like, that's crazy, you know? So it may even be something where you personally go to their pages to double check that and to see how they're doing. And not that it has to take a lot of time, but so often we struggle in our like pages with, oh, it's going good and we're getting a lot of likes and we're seeing that people are viewing it. And then all of a sudden Facebook changes something, and then we are like, oh, so we had 2 views on that? What the heck, you know? So like just knowing that you're doing good quality posts and that you feel good about their posts, I mean, that helps with a little extra pat on the back. Again, with workout videos and stuff like that. Achieving Success Club. One thing that we even talked about in our Maxwell call is maybe even, you know, sending out gifts. Like, I know we're not all in that place, but it doesn't have to even be anything really big. So like if you have a coach achieve the rank of Emerald, you know, like, or you even for your business coaches, say they decide and they are going to go for the business aspect of it. Do you send them a little thank you? Do you send them maybe a little care package? Like Renee's is a little bit better than mine. She adds the Compound Effect book in there, but it's like, I like sending the Success magazine and maybe like a couple sample packets of E&E and R&R, and, you know, just like some things that are just fun. It's kind of fun to receive that stuff. Plus it gets people excited. So, and then each rank advancement, it's also kind of fun. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that kind of stuff, but even just a card or, you know, a congratulations card or something is always kind of a nice gesture. So anyway, you see a couple more of these here, but we've got just a few minutes here. Sorry about that. But so I wanted to open it up to you guys, and I'm going to stop the screen share and let's just talk about this a little bit. Okay. Because we've probably all done it, or, you know, I'm sure you can think of a situation that you have done it, or maybe where you can do it. So let's talk about it real quick. Samantha, we'll start with you. Okay. So just, you know, open it up here. What do you think about this topic? Do you like it? I mean, do you think it would work for you? Is that tag kind of makes sense for you?
Yeah, I mean, it does. Right. Right now, I just don't have a lot of people that are working the business, so I don't have a whole lot of data girls to give out,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well,
and maybe I need to look more at like Team Succeed wide instead of what I have right now.
Well, you can still, like, within your own people, you know, like if you challengers. I personally feel like, you know, yes, we should be doing with our downline and our coaches, but as for our challengers, that's really where people need to have that confidence built to begin with. You know, not only are they working on themselves personally, but, you know, for them to even come across that bridge to join our team, they have to believe in themselves and believe in what they're doing is good and working for them. So
yeah, and honestly, I think it would push me out of my comfort zone to speak up and give them props instead of being quiet and being a hands-off type person.
It's not easy for everybody. I don't know, like, have you ever read, I don't know, maybe you haven't, but there's this great book and it's like the 5 love languages. I'm a giver. And I love that. Like, it makes me feel good to do that. And when we started talking about this, like on our Maxwell call, I was like, I've got that one in the book. Cause I love, like, good job. Like, it makes me feel good to hear that, so, I would encourage you, Sam, to put that on your BAT, put like every day, try to send out 5 tags, like, it doesn't even have to be challengers. It could be a friend. It could be a family member, but that's just going to be like, it's going to kind of get your juices flowing, get you started. And then when you do have a challenge group full of people, it's going to be like, you'll be able to fire them off, Same with your coaches then. It all comes together. Debbie.
I too am a giver. I have since the get-go. And at first I didn't think, a few people really cared for it or whatever, but out of the blue now she's working the business a little bit more. So, but she came out and private messaged me and asked me where I got half the stuff that I've given her, just little things. And they're like maybe $2 or $3 things, but I find them and I pick them up and I just have a little spot in my closet and they don't take up much room. I just pick up little things here and there, but I need to do like putting it on the bat. I need to do it more than just more consistently, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's
like
really great.
I'm sitting on 2 that I need to give out and I haven't.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you do giveaways during your challenges too, or is that, what do you do?
At the end, I'll send a thank you, and it, like with my free groups, it's usually a thank you note, and you can easily slide. I found like 35-cent little packages, envelopes from Walmart, and if that, I don't even know what they cost, but you can slide a thank you note in there and a packet of Shakeology. But I should venture out and do E&E or R&R. I just haven't done that. So I'll do that for the free groups. And then for like, when I was doing the 10-day challenge, I took a break from that too. But when I was doing that, I would do like a shaker cup or something like that. Again, towards the end. But
yeah,
it just depends on their participation, I guess, in the value of what I send out. If I don't get any response, I still send a thank you. But
yeah, I feel like definitely in challenge groups it has to be made worth it. Within this photo group, I've been keeping track of it, and they have to have the most photos of the week in order to get a prize. And so luckily this month it's been every week it's been somebody different, and which has just worked out. I don't know how I got lucky, but that's been good. But I agree. So like with the 10-day challenge, usually my winner is the one that gets the shaker cup and then some extra stuff, and then I'll just send thank you notes to everybody. But I think that's great. And then how about verbal? Do you feel pretty comfortable with verbal?
For the most part, I usually more so hide behind the computer when I do it. I don't bring it out in public. I just feel like I never know if they want to talk about it in public. So I let them bring up the topic and then I will boom, fire something off. You're rocking the challenge group, or you did awesome with completing that 5K, something like that. I let them bring it up in public, but I try to send out a little something here and there. I don't usually do it on their personal page unless something since the Maxwell, I've been trying to do, like, I got a massage, so I did a shout out to the person that did the massage. I
That's a
kind of
great
took that from
example.
you guys.
Mhm.
So gives them credibility, but yet at the same time, I'm not bringing it back to me. I'm honestly telling them, thank you for making me feel amazing, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And again, even within challenge groups, another thing that I've been doing, sometimes people, they don't want to brag about themselves, but those challenge groups are definitely the place to do it. So I will even ask them, like, will you please share this in the group? And if not, can I share it for you? Because this is amazing. And I think that it'll inspire others. Like, this journey that you've been on, there's a woman that's just starting. She had done 21 Day Fix with me for a while, and she's just jumping back into the group, and she has lost 60 freaking pounds. She has lost 60 pounds, and she doesn't do a lot of stuff and tell people on Facebook. She's a discount coach. She's referred people to me, but it's like, please share your story, because if you don't, I have to, because you've been amazing and I know you can inspire others. And that she was just like, thank you. I'll do that. And I'm like, atta girl. Like, it just like feels good. Okay, Ashley. Ashley is new to our group. Hi, Ashley. Oh, let me see if I can unmute you. There you go. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yep. I know you're new
sorry.
to this, but I'm sure you probably have some probably some thoughts and stuff, because I would think this would be right up your alley. Ashley's my cousin.
Well, yeah. Hi. Sorry, my 4-month-old was screaming and I had to go save his daddy. So I was nursing him, which is why it's dark down here.
No problem.
I only have 2 people so far that have purchased a challenge pack or Shakeology. And so I work with one of them, and I try to kind of, I don't know, I've been trying to build more relationships. I don't have a lot of like girlfriends to hang out with. It's a lot of like my husband's friends that we do stuff with. So I've been trying to kind of go out of my comfort zone and make an effort, actually make an effort on Facebook and stuff like that too. So I guess I'm trying that way.
That's great. That's great. And as a new coach, it's about, like just getting your feet wet, getting in there. And, I think you're doing great. So I hope this has helped. You're learning lots. Okay.
Of course.
Melissa, you might get cut off, but you got any examples? Maybe.
Sorry to unmute myself.
Okay.
Well, when I do my challenge group, I give little prizes. And I'm not very good about telling people great job outside of challenge groups. And I need to get better about that. Like, I always hit the like button on Facebook. So easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to hit the like button, why not make a comment